Oh my goodness, we could twin.
If
I have the same jacket.
This?
Yeah, well.
No. we're about to listen to a summer album. Oh my god.
We should get wrapped up.
Okay.
I think we should be like, well, it's winter and we're gonna do a review with
of a summer album.
Summer album.
Hi guys, so it's been a while. I'm so sorry.
The reasons why we do the summer album so we can feel warm, as it is very cold. I'm gonna wear gloves.
A few months ago, probably more than a few months ago, Red Velvet released their Power Up and Summer Magic album, and I can't remember exactly what happened, but like I heard a tiny bit of every single song, and I was like, ooh, I gotta do an album review instead of a first listen because I accidentally heard all the songs already. And then I went to KCON and that took a lot of planning. And then I moved to school and I actually moved off campus. So then I had to like set up my house and everything. So that took time. And then I had to get used to being a digital media studies major on top of just playing horn. So that was also a thing. And then I was like, oh, you know what? Isaac's becoming a Rev Love. We should just do this together, yo.
Yeah.
And so then our schedules just haven't lined up.
For the whole entire...
I mean, they have, but that's for like the main series. And main series is always priority when it comes to life. Main series is Classical Musicians React series. Anyway, so we're finally getting to this and it's like 30 degrees outside and it's like...
We're filming outside.
Yes, we're filming outside.
That's when we have jackets.
It's like 60, it's like 60, 55-ish, 60, probably 60 degrees in here.
I don't know what that is in Celsius.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm American, you're not. So this, like, as you see in the title, it's called Album Review. That's because I've heard every single song at least 5 times.
Wow.
And you've heard every single song at least
Probably
once.
Except for Bad Boy.
You've heard that many times.
It was the other album.
We won't be doing this stuff with lyrics because I have not familiarized myself with the lyrics and I just want to talk about the music. You okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, so we just gonna talk music.
We're gonna talk about it.
We're just going through top to bottom, except we already heard Power Up. I already did a review. Classical Musician Series, Power Up review will be coming out.
Do we have to?
I mean, reaction.
I don't know if we have to put this. What? I don't know if we have to review Power Up.
Yeah,
we're not. We're just gonna...
I'm about to say we're gonna skip it. So we're gonna skip it.
We're gonna skip it.
Let me finish my... So very first one, With You, the Christmas in Summertime song, which is funny because now it's actually like getting close to Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, what I do want to say before so I don't have to talk over it. So the hook is when I'm with you, except it's when I'm with you, when I'm with... Wait, is that correct? Let me just... Okay, well it's syncopated. So like you'd expect like a hook just to be like on the strong beats, right? So like when I'm with you, something like that. But this one is like super syncopated, so like it offsets the second time, so it feels different.
And this is called an anacrusis. You start with a pickup. It's a very specific...
Oh, I forgot about that term!
No, but it's actually interesting.
Flashback.
You do a pickup. The second one.
The second one is on a
I think it's
tough
on
beat, and the first one is on the off beat.
Yeah, so it's so weird actually. So if you think that the first one's a downbeat,
yeah,
the whole thing
the
becomes syncopated.
Like... but the steel drums or steel pans hit first.
That's
so
right.
You can't think that it's a downbeat
But
unless you think the steel drums are the offbeat. Are the syncopation.
No, but that's the thing. It's like if you think the beginning is all syncopated.
Yeah.
Or no, the very beginning is on the downbeat and the rest is syncopated. Syncopated meaning just not on the heavy beats or the downbeats.
Strong beats.
Or strong beats. And then just the whole entire thing just goes wrong. Because you're like, oh, I'm grooving to the offbeats.
That would feel so wrong. Okay, anyways, yeah, let's start from the beginning. And Christmas and Summer. So I think what creates the summer vibe are the steel pans. It's just, you know, when I think of reggae, I think of steel pans. When I think of steel pans, I think warm weather because I worked at Legoland and they played a lot of steel pan filled music during the summer. And then we've got the trap cymbal. Thick harmonies, little bluesy.
They're ad-libs though, yeah.
When I think of Christmas music, I think of like, Christmas music tends to be a little bluesy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So that's the Christmas aspect of this song. Other than Other than them actually saying the word Christmas.
Yeah.
And like background.
The steel drums actually imitate bells. So it's like, you know, if you think about it, Christmas, you have like Christmas bells. So if you don't know the instrument really well, you think it's bells. So it's quite fitting, actually.
Okay, now texture. And now we back.
Ba-dum bum bum, ba-dum bum, ba-da-da-da-bum.
Ba-da, ba, ba, ba-da, ba, ba, ba-da. Wait.
Ba-dum bum bum, ba-dum.
Do you hear that with one percussion hit? It's just like post
Wow.
Joy ad-libbing above. That line low-key sounded like scatting. Like da-da-da-da-da. It's pretty fast-paced rhythms. This whole album, Wendy's ad-libbing is like the highlight. Her falsetto is just so flexible. She can go. Baby voice and see that bridge doesn't quite really lead up to the chorus.
No.
It's just like da 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 da, and then jump off 1,000 octaves, and then it's like hit. We go back. We keep repeating the main hook. Just add extra ad-libs for variation.
And it's always at the end, actually, with RP. They always like layer each other's voice in canon.
Oh, I forgot that the with you hook didn't come back. Kind of like imitating like a trumpet, you know, like vocal trumpet.
Fanfare, human fanfare. It's a brass section, but with humans.
They actually go kind of a cappella in almost all the songs because they do like a lot of vocal percussion-ish stuff.
Agreed.
And like they do the ba-ba-ba-ba chord stuff in the background. Wendy's range. Was that Wendy?
And then the simmer to nothing. Oh wow.
Okay, so that very ending, it's predominant, dominant, and then you think it's gonna tonic, but the synths just like disappear, and this would have been perfect time for some rubato and like shit, what's that called?
Fermata.
Fermata
There
would have
we
been
go.
perfect for Fermata. I was like,
Ha! This is music charades.
but like they go, I think they stay in tempo almost. They go,
Yes.
when I'm with you, when I'm with you. But this would have been a perfect opportunity for them to go totally slow and when I'm with you.
Yeah. And
That
it does
would
like
have been
magical
totally
pianos.
dominating. And then like it bells and stuff.
But this is K-pop,
opportunity.
so they have to cut it. This is because it's like so you're unsatisfied that you crave more.
Yeah, that
kind
might be like a songwriting technique where you stop abruptly, so you want to just go back to the beginning.
Oh. It's so weird
Yeah, I
compared
don't
to like
understand.
classical. But
Yeah.
then, well, most classical is just like they actually end.
Oh yeah, and
Well,
it's
except for
dramatic
some pieces.
endings.
But yeah. Dun 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 bum bum bum. No, yeah.
Those are fourth movement endings
Yeah.
in a nutshell. Okay, Mystery, the one that caught my attention the most during my first listen. Very
I thought you said
many-
mystery.
Well, no, yeah, that's
But
the
then
thing. It's
that's
a play on words. It's mystery and mystery.
mystery.
So during the song, they actually switch between mystery and mystery.
Oh wow.
Mr. E, Mr. E.
Wow, great.
This has so much chromaticism and
Oh, yeah.
so many modal mixtures.
Modal
mixtures.
mixtures.
Like I will run over to that piano if I have the chance and try to figure things out. Except no, he should do it because he has the relative pitch. I have the almost almost perfect, almost.
The relatives. No, this rhythm is the same thing as with you. Bum 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 bum.
It's the underlying. I mean, that's like a really common rhythm in like
Yeah.
pop music nowadays.
I just find it because like, it does emulate the summer vibe. Because you're just like, oh, up and going, about really cheery. But then the first one was like more Christmas. This one's like a jungle vibe.
Yeah.
We'll explore it later.
Very true. Okay. Ready? And mystery. Birds.
Wow.
Oh, bird call.
Bird sound files.
Fuck. I swear I can do it.
Djembe. African drum. See the rhythm?
And then we've got that like twangy guitar. Wait, no, that's like a dulcimer? Is that a dulcimer? It might be a Korean instrument.
Maybe guitar.
Yeah.
But then you can do it with both.
Lucy. So starting lower in the range. Oh, I want to talk about digga-da-da. These digga-da-da rhythms. Those girls know how to double tongue. 16th notes or 32nd, I don't know. Mr. Mystery. Sorry, I'm not talking about anything. I just like this song a lot. So many harmonies already. And they have like take it! A cappella other than like the percussion. See, like, I'd have loved if this bum 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 to happen in the Hit That Drum song.
Yeah. Gashina?
Gashina!
Gashina.
I loved how they thinned out the texture and now it's slightly thicker. And then it goes fully thick for the chorus. So this song has good variation and dynamic changes between sections. And then they thin it back again. No percussion except for the
Yep, good enough.
Again, showing off Wendy's amazing falsetto riffs. So many different percussion samples in this.
I love how it just jumps.
I have no idea what they're saying. I thought they were saying hot diggin'. At first, hot diggin'. Do it with me. I say come take it. It might be come take it. That ice cream cake.
Oh my goodness, what?
Powerful Wendy chord change under the high note.
Yeah, when you talk about like chromatic like ad-libs, this is like a good example of it.
And they're singing so gentle during this section, which contrasts nicely with the really powerful full voice chorus singing.
And the slow ride. This is so dubstep. Oh my goodness, I can't. You rise into the chorus and you're like...
It's a little gentle, and it kind of
gentle.
EDM.
Yeah. But it just reminds me of that. Just like
drops,
the general direction.
yeah. So they have like the chorus repeat twice in a lot of their songs in this album.
Yeah. That's what I noticed too.
Just so that they could do more ad-libs on top. That's just like my one complaint about this album is like, did you really need that? Another like reloop? Like you did plenty of riffs beforehand.
It's like it could be like over flourish. It's like Bach, but then you put too much ornaments on top because he writes his own ornaments, but then you put more. But then I think like if you listen to it individually, it's like fine. But then I think as I listen through the entirety of it, it's like, man, when you do ad-libs for one song, it makes sense. Like if you listen to it on an individual basis, but then like when you're listening it through, it's like, man, I think it can be a little bit too over-flourished. Just like too much. Maybe for me, maybe it's just me. I think like having too much embellishments, it kind of just like drowns it out for me. But individually, like they're just great.
We ready to
It's
we doing this
creating sounds.
Even the synth sounds buzzy, you know?
Yeah, it's fuzzy.
Layering those harmonies. Minor key.
Yeah, those synths. My goodness.
Is that tonic at the bottom? The strings type? No. Oh, Phrygian. 2, 1. 1.
Yeah, those. Well, they set. I guess they set the chords.
I sometimes get 1, 3, and 5 mixed up if it's droning at the bottom, but it's gone now. It's just layering. It's fine. I find it interesting that the
G. Yeah, I guess that's tonic. It's like you have the G pedal.
Well, this keeps modulating everyone.
Yeah, see, that's the hard thing. Keys are almost non-existent. Or key IDs.
See, the panning of the synth is going between right and left like mosquitoes do. Okay. It's interesting how they layer the harmonies because it doesn't happen on like you'd expect like 1, you know, like 4 counts in between, but it like does like every 2 beats or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just unexpected.
It keeps changing keys.
Yeah.
You just know it. Just like the atmosphere is so much lighter. It's like, well.
It slaps you into different keys. Funk strings, shrieks.
And we're back to the normal key. Or original key.
See, and like the vocal line is different from the first time it appeared.
Agreed.
But it's still similar enough to be not totally different. 3. It was 1, 2, 3.
Huh.
I didn't catch the other changes. Oh. I knocked my head. Is it just changing between minor and major? Is it like relative? Or are they unrelated?
I think it's real love.
I thought you said red velvet.
Red velvet. Red velvet related. Okay, we're in a completely different key.
Yeah, Sulgi.
Wow.
Beautiful harmonies.
Just panning it real slow.
The mosquito's coming back.
Oh.
We slow it down for a bit. And then back.
Wow, turning those turntables. Am I right?
I almost find the background vocals to be more catchy than the actual like spoken stuff.
Really?
Like the because that's what I found myself singing along with the most.
Oh, that's interesting. Huh.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, that.
Wait, do you think that's the case because we like you don't? I don't look at the lyrics. Someone actually told me that I should look at the lyrics, but it's like, man, it's so much.
I mean, when we're analyzing music, it's hard to pay attention to the lyrics and the music at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go on to Hit That Drum. Okay, so a bunch of people tweeted me actually before I listened to this saying, you're gonna freaking love Hit That Drum. So my expectations started really high. And then were really let down once I listened to it because it's all about hitting drums, right? Well, I mean, yeah, it's Hit That Drum. Maybe that's why there's only one sample because it's only hit that one drum.
Hit that drum. Or shake that brass.
And then
oh yeah. I thought about that because it sounds like actually because it's the same amount of syllables.
Like boom boom boom, hit that drum, shake that brass.
Shake that brass. Oh, shake that brass.
Okay, with that being said, it starts off so hype. You're like, oh my god. It's fun. It's a fun
same rhythm.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Does every single track have the same rhythm?
Not mosquito, but.
But this sounds modal to me.
Modal? Yeah. No. Agreed.
And now the synth is moving faster, but between the same notes that it were playing before. It were playing. Layering harmonies. Oh wait, not yet. See, their vocal rhythms are the same exact thing as what the drum is doing, and then imagine a drum set. So that rhythm is like a common drum fill when they hit the toms, you know, it goes ba da da.
Oh yeah.
So they taken like a common rhythm into the vocals, imitating a drum. And then we back to the beginning, copy paste, no change in the one single drum line. Well, other than that tiny little thing. it's static for a song that's about percussion. They could have gone crazy. They could have done so many fills. But it is hype. And it's constant because it's supposed to be a dance track. I bet there's lit choreography to this.
I feel like it's like a party anthem.
Yeah.
But kind of like BTS Idol.
I mean, similar rhythms.
Drum.
Honestly, like, yeah, they use the same, like, 3 samples throughout the entire thing except for this part.
Agreed.
Where they take away the percussion. They take away the drum.
Yeah, it's like
they won't have a drum to hit.
Just
but
harmonies.
Yeah. It's the contrast from the rest of the song.
It's almost like an organ, if you think about it, the way it's sustained.
Also, Wendy's high note, when she goes high belting, it sounds like she had like musical theater training.
Yeah.
Because she gets kind of nasally, and I've heard that a lot with like high school musical performances and like Broadway performances.
Yeah. Oh, that's so party anthem. 3, 2, 1, go!
And then the lights flashing.
Strobe lights.
Same synth and samples.
I feel like this would be great in a car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're driving and you're like, yeah!
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you want to enjoy yourself. It's like, this is a great song. Hit that brass.
What? So that high synth was doing just the same exact melody that they had during the chorus. And I've never listened to this song with a friend. That was an enjoyable listen because we were both dancing to it. So yeah, I don't dislike the song. I was just like coming into it, I thought they could have done more creative things with the fact that it was about hitting a drum. But the lyrics might have covered up for the lack of more drums in the actual track.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I think being classical musicians, like we go to the assumptions like it should be complex.
Yeah,
but then, like,
sorry.
It's not bad because it's like we want more. We just want more. So it's like in the same way, it's like someone wants more out of a TV show or more out of this water bottle. I don't know. It's like making it better for like the environment and so on and so forth. It's like for us, that's the way of like bettering it. But then sometimes we do have to appreciate it's like the simpler, like not. So yeah, I'm saying simpler, not saying it's like uneducated or like less. It's just that, well, it is less.
We just
like
have to
material.
appreciate the art form as it is.
Yeah, and it's like great. It's a great medium. But then for class, like that's the hard thing. It's like going from classical and then critiquing and giving our honest opinions
Because
about
they're two
it.
different things.
They're completely different. So it's
But
like,
that's why my channel is unique because no one wanted to do that before. So next, Blue Lemonade. I think,
that sounds very delicious if you
I
think
know,
about
right?
it. Just like,
And I think this song perfectly emanates the picture and experience of Blue Lemonade. I've never had Blue Lemonade myself. I don't even know if that's a thing. But like when I listen to the song, I'm like, oh yeah, I can. Wendy girl. Wendy's everything in this song. I used to like when I first listened to this, I think I was actually disappointed. But then the more I've listened to it, I'm like, actually this might be up there with like I really like Power Up and Mystery, but this might.
It's interesting because it's like Lemonade. I always had it after I did, like in the summer. I would have it like at the end of my activities. So it's like I find it interesting how it's like at the very end. So it's you're refreshing yourself after a tiring, not tiring, but just like
a long hot day.
Long hot day. There you go.
What? No, but it's
The bubbles.
that pronunciation with the bubbles layered in.
That's
so nice.
Interesting.
It's so gentle.
Wow. House music.
The phrasing change between those two. It's like. I'm just kidding.
And then the beats pick up.
But the second time she added, she leaned into the first no, and the second time she added vibrato. Building nicely with the percussion sample, speeding up. Ow! I just hurt myself.
Sad times.
This is such a We go in halftime.
The beats are still there, but the way they sing is halftime.
It's so high.
Yes. Give me the rap.
Yes, Yuri. See, they added vibrato the second time like they did with Power Up to change the phrase.
But
Oh, it's so staccato. Or short.
Shorter in articulation.
But now it's longer.
Long.
Was it drop different that time? I never paid attention.
This one wasn't too heavy. Like, it was like almost like a vacuum, like. And then that's it.
Is that chromatic?
Very tasteful chromaticism.
Yeah.
This.
Oh, there's like video game sound effects. Doo doo. So many sounds. So many sounds.
Oh my goodness, the Justin Bieber sound. Oh, I can't. Oh yeah, this is very mellow and dulcet.
It's so beautiful. Oh.
Very good bridge.
And then you think it's gonna go back, but no. Syncopated. Oh, it changed. The syncopation changed. Rhythm changing. Yay!
That's such a Justin Bieber thing. Oh
Beautiful job, Joy. Yes, Wendy. We saw Gay in the background, right?
Ooh, the chord progressions move so fast.
What scale degree did that end on? Oh yeah, you don't listen in scale degrees. Just Wendy's everything in that song just really grabs my attention, and then my enjoyment of that song just built off from that, and the syncopated bass line and the really pretty many synth sounds that they do.
They're very in and out of focus, strobing like.
They'd appear like once and then
Dissipate.
they sprinkled.
It's like flourished everywhere. But. Yeah, no, this sounds like it's just Red Velvet. They love doing like these chromatic ad libs, and it's just so nice. It's like it's such a Red Velvet thing to do, and also it's just like the endings. They just like do long suspensions with like what they had or original material put in the end, and it's just like even the ending is just like so unsatisfying, but then satisfying at the same time because they would still end with chords, and then they just like move the harmonic movement even faster, like dun dun dun, and it just drops down. You don't know what's happening. Then it's done. It's like goodbye. See you next album.
Okay, now on to one of your favorite. Is this your favorite Red Velvet song?
No, I think Power Up's pretty good. Peekaboo was just like great. Also, I had to dance to it. We had to dance to it. It's like, see, that's the thing. It's like I don't listen to a lot of K-pop. My palette is not like that immense for K-pop. But then for classical, it's like that's what I mostly listen to.
Right.
So it's like coming from someone that doesn't really listen to too much K-pop, Bad Boy is good.
Okay, but ready to move on Bad Boy English version?
Oh my goodness, I like it in Korean.
Let's. Oh really? I enjoy knowing what they're saying.
Oh really?
It makes me feel more badass when I'm listening to it.
I like it when it's like ambiguous. I'm just like, wow.
Well, I also like when it's ambiguous,
saying?
but in this case, like when I listened to Bad Boy for the first time, I thought it was very static. There was no dynamic contrast between the sections. It felt very especially
uniform
since
motion.
I just felt like it didn't go the range that other past title tracks had been. So this little progression here just stays throughout the entire thing. Yay loops. Trap synth, doing 2, 3, 4, copy paste, melody over. So we got that spoken in the background. That's a change from the first time it appeared. And then I like this part the best. I just really like Wendy.
It's like a flower, just boom.
And I liked, yeah, the change from the first percussion samples to the snaps, because they used like it sounded like a backward snap or something as they transitioned. So Red Velvet either has like...
There's gotta be a bit.
Sorry. Every half an hour my camera stops recording footage, so that's why we're awkwardly stopping right here. But I wanted to say, so Red Velvet either sings in unison during their choruses, or they have really thick harmonies.
Thick.
And I enjoy that about them, but I tend to like it when they have thick harmonies. But this one is mostly unison. They have harmonies sometimes. But yeah, we're gonna just jump right back in. Yeah, there's some harmonies. But you can tell like there's like the chorus of Red Velvet singing. The chord progression is still there. We have like lower synth added below the ba 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 part. And then we muffle the progression this time. And now the original, what would you call it? Ostinato? Would you call that original synth the ostinato? It's back now.
Maybe.
See, by now I'm just like, it's just so flat. And you know, it's just... And that octave though.
When they sing "Oh well, well," sounds like a siren.
Well, there is a siren behind it.
Oh yeah, no, I just think it's great how they mix like onomatopoeias with actual soundtracks.
So here's where we get rid of the original ostinato, change the progression. It's much smoother with the background vocals.
Yeah.
Soggy, beautiful.
Yeah, thins out so you can really listen to the vocals. And then cues you in with the hook, the whistles. Oh, that's funny. That's the cat call. The cat call whistle.
The octave. There's some background harmonies.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I wrote them down.
As they'd finish a phrase, it would be like.
Oh, those ones.
And like they do have harmonies throughout the entire, or at least the chorus, but they're mixed so far back that it's kind of hard to hear them, and it mostly just sounds like unison. And that's why it's just like this song is such easy listening, but I enjoy it now that I like, my expectation was like super high for like rhythmic complexity and like major minor stuff right after Peekaboo. So I was really let down when I first heard this. But I've grown to enjoy it, but if I turn my analysis ears on, I can't enjoy it. But if I turn them off, then I really enjoy it. So yeah, why do you like this song?
The chords that they use, it just stays in D major. Well, I wrote it in a tweet, but it's like you start with the E, bass line with E, then A, then D, so that's just 5/5 going down. But then it's just that like, that synthetic, oh jeez, oh.
No!
No! But then you have the line dee da dee dee bum, dee da dee dee bum, and then later it's dee da 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 dum, dee da 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 bum.
I don't think I can do it. That one? That part?
Dee da dee dee dum.
Does it go?
Oh. No. Cool.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like it's very tasteful how they take one motive and just continue it on and just continuously expanding. And it's like one thing I did.
It doesn't really expand.
Well, no, they just do variations on it.
Well, yeah, second verse this comes back, but it just goes up. It doesn't do the full riff, so that's what he's talking about with variation, and also is muted. But then during the bridge, there isn't it at all. Like it completely changes the progression. That was it. Strong album.
That's the review,
Woo! Yes, you've been waiting for this for a very long time, and that's why I'm not gonna edit any of the actual like song reviews out. Usually with first listens, I like cut out every single time we're silent, so that it isn't like an hour review, you know?
Is it?
But since you guys waited so long, I'm gonna include all that.
Just keep it there.
However, there were some times where Isaac and I just started going slightly off topic and talking about
Yeah.
K-pop in general. And if you are curious about our very in-depth, deep conversations
Go
about
listen to
K-pop
it.
music videos and lyrics, then I'm gonna be putting that on Patreon. So if you want to support our channel, you will gain access to that. Yeah. Woo! Thanks for watching, guys. Again, so sorry about the long wait. Bye. You're not gonna say bye?
Bye bye.